What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 8th day of October today. Here we are, moving right through this month, man. Already a weekend. 122.4K is the price. 10 hours, 51 minutes left in the day here. Instead of moving up to the promised land of 127 to 128K, right here at the 1886200, we pulled back instead. I have to admit, this is kind of an odd area to pull back from, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. Just because we pulled back at an area that really doesn't make sense. Typically, you stop at the golden ratio or you stop here or higher. That doesn't mean that this is like terrible, right? That we're going to go lower. In fact, where we stopped was exactly one of the targets that we talked about, which was the 1272 here at 120.6K, 120.5K for some charts. It just depends on what chart you're looking at. But the 1272 of this move here, that was the likely area, the intended area for support, if not the 1414, right? We were thinking the 1414 would be where we found support if we went up here, but coming down here, I mean, it makes a lot of sense that you find support at the 1272, and you found immaculate support there as well. Looking at not just the high to low there, but the high to low, the prior all-time high to the low here. Let's just see, is that the 886 that you found support on? No, it's the 786. Okay, good. Yeah, both key areas to find support at. That's awesome. So definitely under the belief that we are going to see extended prices going toward 130K, 132K, 136K, and beyond, of course, as time goes on. But again, we did move down, or we did move up, I should say, a good bit since the 26th of September. We might consolidate a little bit first, right, before moving higher. I definitely believe that we're moving higher. I don't think that this is the high, but it could be, you know, a stopping point like this where we consolidate for a few days, maybe a week, and then we rally, right? Could be a stopping point like this was here, and then we rally, and then we consolidate, and then we rally. So if we consolidate for the days ahead, even if we move up, even if we move back down, we're still probably overall moving up. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be too worried about that. Looking at the liquidation levels here, the Bitcoin liquidation levels, let me just refresh this over the past 7 days. Shorts and longs have come up a little bit, right? Longs are up at like $10 million, or $10 billion, I'm sorry. Shorts are at about $8 billion. What about the past 24 hours? Shorts are up dramatically. You guys, you understand? We're at 122K right now, and Bitcoin shorts are up more now. They're up more now than they were when we were here the first time, right? Like, this is crazy. People are really itching, chomping at the bit to see this thing drop. Let's look at the 30-day time frame. Still a ton of longs piled on. In fact, we've got about the same amount that we had piled on yesterday at this time. So it's really actually not that changed, not that different, but still a ton of longs versus shorts. Some shorts have definitely piled on as well in this amount of time. I think that we still move up. I think that we have enough shorts to clear out that we can move up higher. I mean, a lot of these shorts, let's just look and see. A lot of them get cleared out, 2 billion at about 124K. The majority get cleared out at about 128K. And likely as we push higher, some of these shorts will get pushed back to that 130K area, where, of course, we do have several fibs lining up, right? From the prior all-time high to the low here, 130K right there at 129.6K. That's the 1272. The high to low right here, this little pivot that we're definitely respecting right now. You know, you've got targets that surround 130K, just above, just below. There's a lot going on in this area. It makes sense that that might be where we go. And in which case, too, I mean it. You know, we could see a higher high and still consolidate in this area, right? It's not like we haven't seen that happen before, right? You could consolidate and still see higher highs, and even get a lower low. It wouldn't be a problem. However, I don't think that we go below this level. We could, and understand, you guys, if we go below the level that we found our low at yesterday, if we go below that level, that's fine. It's totally fine. We could find support at 117.6K. That would probably be the lowest that I'd give us, right? I doubt that we go below this nipple right here, but that would be the lowest I'd give us. I don't think we go down that low, but it could happen, especially if it comes to clearing out these longs and piling on some shorts. That might be what it takes to do that. 117K, that would clear out about $6.6 billion in longs. So it doesn't clear out all of them, but that might clear out most of them, and then some shorts would pile on. We shake things up, and then we start to move up higher. I don't think we go down that low, but again, if we were to go down that low, it's fine, okay? Again, we're talking about this area not because I expect it to happen, but because if it does happen, there's price areas for support here, prior resistance, prior support right here, and it's the golden ratio overall. Looking at the short-term stuff to validate if this is the low, if we are moving higher right now, or if we're moving down first. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame here. So we have had a little bounce, but without any volume, and that's okay. We're in this consolidation phase. That's okay. A lot of volume on the way down here. Very tenacious move down. Makes me think that we're going to go lower. We're kind of finding resistance right here where we found prior support. Might go up a little bit more and then come down. Let's see. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, things certainly have taken a bearish turn, right? You've got these lower lows and lower highs. This was kind of the giveaway that we were going to start consolidating in yesterday's video. Yeah, the fact that you couldn't get overbought, you didn't even reject the overbought side, man. You just turned around right there at the 60. You're at the same area now. We might actually be coming down right now. Today, the 8th, it is, let's see. We have 10 hours, 45 minutes left in this day, and it is the 13th hour. Typically between now and the next couple of hours, this is when we, what's the word I'm looking for? This is when we start really making decisions. Is it daylight savings? Has that happened already? I can't. Has that happened? Did I miss it? Let me see. Hold on. When is daylight savings? November 2nd. Okay, no, we have not missed it. Okay, it's next month. For some reason, I thought it was this month. Okay. Bitcoin. 1 hour time frame. RSI makes me think we go lower. Stochastics make me think we go lower. The MACD, who cares? It's momentarily bearish, but also in a position it could reject, but I'm not going to weigh on that too much. I guess it makes sense that we'd go lower with that too. Looking at the 4 hour time frame. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty sizable drop with decent volume to back it up. Something like this, it tells me that we probably do have more to go at the very least. All right, so we actually might go lower than this low here. I'm kind of open to changing my mind at this point of saying that that's the low and that we don't go lower. I think that we could go lower. If we were to do an ABC style correction, from a high to a low here, that's our A pattern. This could be our B if we're going to turn around soon. That put us right there at about 117K, you guys, right between 117 and 118K. This is just a rough estimate, too. We don't have to stop there. You can stop a little bit above, a little bit below, whatever, something in that area. Makes a lot of sense. People might be losing their heads if that happens. 4 hour time frame here. Bitcoin, downward sloping trend in the RSI, right? Lower lows, lower highs, that whole shebang. And you look like you want to come down into the oversold zone. Probably bounce there, okay? Get a higher low, get some bullish divergence, and then you'll break out, form an uptrend out of your downtrend here, going into the end of the week, and next week should be bullish then. What a turn we've taken. The MACD would allow for us to come down a little bit more, and then we can bounce off the zero line, something like that. We could even cross through the zero a little bit, and that's fine if we do. But the MACD is suggesting that we could go lower. The RSI is suggesting that we can go lower, and the stochastics, if they reject here, would as well. I guess the stochastics suggest we could go up a little bit higher first, but we'll see. Time will tell. 2 versus 1. I'm thinking that we go down. We probably do move down a little bit. Let's look at this from a high to a low. Right above the 382, right at it. There's hope, man. There's hope. Prove me wrong. Continue to close 4 hour candles above like 122.7K. If you can do that, really, let's see, actually, let's say 122.8K. If you can do that, then I'm wrong. But if you can't do that on a 4 hour basis, then I think you are moving lower. I wish I was making this in 2 hours and 41 minutes to know, because if we close here or lower, I would assume we go lower. But if we close higher than the last candle, that'd make me think that there is a chance that we could move up higher. Ultimately, at this point, to really invalidate the idea that we go lower than this low, you'd probably just have to get above 125.6K on a daily closing basis, and then that would invalidate it. If we close today at 125.6K or higher, we're probably moving higher, and this lower thought just goes out the window. And that's fine. I'm okay with being wrong. We're net positive overall, right? that's our view on the markets right now. The RSI, oh, let's see, yeah, the RSI has gotten overbought, and now you're out of the overbought zone. You know, you could bounce here at the 60. Might make more sense to go down to the 50. Not really helping me there. We got 10 hours left in the day. Stochastics coming down. I would think we want to keep coming down probably. And that could allow for several days of consolidation to happen still. Yeah, why not? Why not? We probably do go down to this area here to find support. Oh, that's not what I meant to do right there. There we go. To this area here to find support. Something in this zone, and maybe the base of the zone itself. That'd be my guess. And if I'm wrong, it's because Bitcoin's tenacious right now. It's throwing the market makers, or the market makers are throwing off the participants, and we're probably just going to move up, and everybody's going to be surprised. Let's see. Let's look at the Bitcoin futures, BTC futures. In case it's not clear, because I'm confusing sometimes, I think we're going lower. Okay? I think we are going lower. Prepare yourselves. We're going down. Bitcoin futures here, looking at this. Oh, look, we left a gap, didn't we? An oh so tiny gap at the top right there. All-time high gap, love to see it. That one's definitely getting filled. I mean, right there, we could fill that gap, that tiny gap there, and then move up as soon as we do. That might be what it is. We're not going to fill that gap. That gap's not getting filled, but this one might. I didn't know if we were going to fill that one or not. I thought we'd move up higher. We did fill that gap, technically. There's support. If it sounds like I'm indecisive, I'm pretty decisive that we're going to go down, but there are some thoughts going through my head that we could find support right here. So just be on your toes, okay? I'm saying that I think we go lower. I think we go probably around $117,000 to $118,000, okay? I'm also saying I could be wrong. We are in a very explosive phase with Bitcoin and the rest of the market, and I think it's important to not be too hasty when it comes to playing the short side. Definitely just be patient and wait for the long side to come back, because as time goes on, as we continue to consolidate, we're probably going to rally to new highs, right? It's pretty uncommon, if we look at this as a W pattern, it's pretty uncommon to pull, once you get above this high, to pull all the way back down here to where the middle point was. It's pretty uncommon to do that. It's more common to kind of just consolidate in this area. So another way to invalidate that we're going lower would be to just kind of continue to consolidate this area. If we're moving sideways for another couple of days doing this, then I think that the lower prices would be taken off the table. We would no longer be assuming that they happen. And ultimately, regardless if we do this, we're going to break out. If we just move up higher right now, we're going to break out. Or if we move all the way down to where I'm talking about it's going to, we're still going to break out. So all paths lead higher at the end of the day. And that's why we're fully allocated in the markets right now. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. Dying off in bullish momentum on the MACD. That could allow for consolidation. Stochastics getting out of the overbought zone. That could allow. Same thing with the RSI. Weekly time frame here. Things are looking very bullish on the weekly, but I have to admit, I would love it. I think it would be very nice to see that this week close green and not red. So regardless of what happens over the coming days, hopefully by the end of the week we can close green. Let's just get this done with. If we are going down to 117, 118K, let's just get it done with and then come back up by the end of the week. Maybe have a bullish weekend, something like that. Leave another gap behind as we're moving higher. I want to get this MACD crossed back to the upside. I would like to see the stochastics in the overbought zone and the RSI as well. I don't want to see us finding resistance here. So we will be looking like we're finding resistance here if this week closes red. So I hope I'm wrong. I just hope I'm wrong, because it's hard for me to imagine that over the next 2 days we come down and then over the weekend we move up enough to eat that back. It's hard for me to imagine that. Anything can happen, but we'll see. Time will tell. For now, I am calling for lower prices and hoping I'm wrong. Hit the like button, subscribe, and by the way, I'm not hoping I'm wrong because it means detrimental things. I don't think that we're going to go lower and crash down. I think we're very much on a path higher by the end of this month. by the end of this week and even going into next week. But over the next couple of days, we're probably going to move down. That's my guess. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take care. Bye-bye.